Well, the excitement around AI has led to some huge gains for stocks like Microsoft and NVIDIA. But Jefferies is looking ahead, long ahead here to the next decade, including which industries will be the hardest hit and which will benefit from artificial intelligence. Let's bring in senior analyst Brent Thill. Brent, we've been talking so much about sort of the immediate impact since ChatGPT was released last fall. Let's look ahead to where the impact is and talk about, which industries are likely to benefit the most.
Thanks for having me. The impact is everywhere. It's every industry. It's every potential field, whether you're a gas station or you're the CEO of a company. I mean, it's going to have an impact across the board. And right now, there's a lot of hype. And we believe that the hype turns to reality later in the year. A lot of the products that these companies are talking about will go live. And this will be a multi-year wave. It's not going to be, just a giant wave and hits and it's over. It's very analogous to what happened in the mid '90s when the internet was coming, or in the cloud movement, 2007, 2008. We think this move is very analogous, and we think it's actually more real because the type of returns. And so I think in the short term, it's going to be an enabler. It's not going to kill industries. It's going to be more of an enabler and help make all verticals more efficient. And when I say it's happening everywhere, I mean you can see it already happening. I mean, if you're a pilot, you can see what's happening with these systems and helping land a plane with Garmin Autopilot, Autoland. I'm not the Garmin analyst, but I've seen the demos of. You lose a pilot, you can land the plane with a touch of a button. You're now seeing things with Microsoft and making developers more efficient. You're seeing it happen in insurance and in medical. It's really at the beginning, and it's really exciting. So I think, as many have said on Wall Street, we were lacking some excitement, and I think this is going to be a multi-year wave that is going to radically change every industry. And every technology company is talking about it. And I think there's a risk that it's a little hypey, and a lot of these companies are going through an economic pullback. They're seeing an economic headwind. So they're like, well, yeah, our current business isn't so good, but look at this AI thing. It's amazing. So, I'd say just be careful in the short term, but this will start to turn to revenue in the next couple of years. And as we put on this piece, these are, 10 plus year predictions of what the new world's going to look like. And some of it's exciting, some of it's really scary. But I think ultimately in the short term, most of the companies we're talking to they believe it's additive. It helps make their businesses better. And we're now going to have to go through an entire pricing and packaging and go-to-market change in how we sell this technology. Because it's not going to be on seats. It's going to be on volume. It's going to be on usage. And so a lot of the tech industry is going to have a hard time making that conversion. And so there's going to be a little awkward teenage phase where we're going to go through in that process. So it's not going to be totally smooth, but it's going to be exciting, and we'll see what happens.
Brent, when you talk about the impact that this is going to potentially have here on pricing models, more explicitly, what exactly does that mean here for those companies that are adopting the new models? And then who do you expect to be the earliest adopters of AI?
So I think the earliest adopters of AI today are really software developers, are really seeing huge impact. Like these aren't fabricated stories. These are real stories we were with the CEO of IAC, and he said one of these companies that they own, Angie, which does the home repair, that the CTO was actually coding again. I'm sure he coded all along, but he probably lost, and again, this is my perception, not what he said, but the perception was like, when you're running a business, your developers are doing the work. Well, now the CTO is actually doing the development himself. The products are good enough where they help aid the development of the code. So there's numerous case studies from Microsoft with their GitHub product to GitLab reporting. Others are talking through this, that AI is helping these developers build code faster, cheaper, more efficient, more secure out of the gate. And that's having a huge impact.
Brent, so much of the conversation around AI concerns have been about, what it means for certain jobs, what will be eliminated, which sectors will be eliminated. Thought it was interesting that you highlighted advertising, that you think there's going to be a dramatic shift there. What are we going to see?
So you're in the 5 years from now, and it may not even be 5 years. You're on the Yahoo Finance page, and you're interested in XYZ stock, and it might be a tech stock, and it may know that you're interested in Tesla. The system then can automatically generate a ad. Maybe it's a Tesla ad, and again, I'm making this up. This isn't the reality today, but Tesla could generate an ad, understanding, okay, you're looking at the Tesla segment on your Yahoo page. It might be looking at the stock, but they want to generate an ad, and they can on the fly generate that ad tailored to you, understanding that you really like white cars, you don't like silver cars, and it builds this knowledge base. All of a sudden, the advertising system's generating this on the fly. Same thing in Meta. If you're on Instagram and you like golf, a tailor-made or Titleist could self-generate an ad based on whatever you're looking at. And so Meta's been talking about this, that there's an incredible opportunity to generate advertising content without a human or a process or a system. It could generate on the fly. We think that could happen, and that you'll start to see that coming out very soon.
Brent, you cover. I was going to say you cover a number of names in this space because I think a lot of investors want to know how to play it when it comes to Meta, Alphabet, Amazon, just some of those names that do have exposure to AI. What's your top pick for generative AI right now?
Microsoft, 100%. Microsoft's going to $400. We are huge bulls on the opportunity that they have with OpenAI. Remember, Nadella at Microsoft CEO led this charge. He has the partnership with OpenAI. They saw the models building steam and getting better, and he was confident at the beginning of the year to make the move. All these products are going to come to market in the second half of 2023 into 24. It'll be a slow consumption, but over time, they're massive price lift. So my semi counterpart, Mark Lepasis, would say NVIDIA has been a long time NVIDIA bull. We like Microsoft. I think there's a whole host of companies. Adobe in content creation is going to benefit. Salesforce.com and sales and service, is going to make the sales system smarter because of AI. They have a big AI day in New York with the CEO Mark Benioff on Monday. We think this is going to be far reaching, but the single thing you have to look at is what are the companies that have the data and the users? Those are going to benefit. That's Google, Amazon, Meta. You look at Microsoft in the enterprise. You look at Adobe. One of our hidden AI gems is Snowflake. We think at their conference in June, they're going to unleash a fury of AI apps that make Snowflake consumable as the data cloud. All the enterprise contents in Snowflake. How do you get that data out? They're going to have more AI announcements coming at the end of this month in Las Vegas. There's a lot of different ways to play it, but our favorite clearly is in software is Microsoft, and semis is Mark Lepasis, my partner, would say NVIDIA.
No shortage of ways to play AI at this point. Brent Thill, great to have you, senior analyst at Jefferies. Thanks.
Thank you.